Quite a shock, actually, you know, because we all had the same ideals when we left the island. We had the same sort of musical background in terms of what we listened to. There's nothing to see here, nobody to see to play. So you buy records and you get into sort of music that way. And we had all this idea that London was like this incredible place where all these beautiful things are happening, like, you know, all the jazz and stuff, and nothing was happening when we got there. It was totally, total anticlimax. You know.
It was like when we were playing down here, that this guy Pete Cotton that we all sort of played with at some time or other in the holiday camps, he was an ex-Londoner, and he sort of advised us, quite sincerely I'm sure, that you could go down Shaftesbury Avenue and like Phil Seaman would be thrashing the hell out of some drums in the window, and it's incredible, you know, and then he's saying, whoa, they're hot in town, mate. So, you know, I almost didn't want to go to London. I had to go to sort of see it, and I couldn't believe it. You know, it's really just like so the streets were paved with gold, which of course, you know, they weren't at all.
I've always been intrigued by the fact that now people come and approach me the way I felt about those guys, like Miles Davis or Chick Corea. When I picked up a record by those people, I wondered what they were like, you know, what drove them on. And like they were just human beings, really, like, underneath all that, you know, enigma that was the way it seemed to me. And like at concerts, these kids come up and they look at me and they talk to us about as if we're something different, you know. And it's just crazy. It's not what we do and what thousands of other people do across the world is not out of the average person's reach.
Yeah, try and keep the beat going with your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. The music workshop is the part of the Last Chance Centre that I'm involved with, and that's been running for about 3 years. And it gives kids the chance to play electric instruments and drums and stuff like that, which they probably wouldn't have the chance in school, for example, to play rock music.
Keep this hand going. All the time. What's happening? Yeah, your hand is coming off when you hit the snare.
That's all I remember. And it's the same way. You know, the old...
Was that at school? Was that private teacher?
That was at school. We used to have 2 piano teachers.
What sort of made you start playing? It's just interest in music, and the chance to do it was, you know. I mean, was this place sort of... Did you know about this place already, or...? No, we found out it through the guy in the Venture Playground. Oh, Tony. Yeah, Tony.
No kid I've ever met has come from school and said they showed me how to play rock music, or they showed me how to play an electric instrument. The whole concept of playing something that loud is sort of unheard of at school, you know, and it's something that the kids want to do because the music they listen to is electric music, and they have no chance in a formal academic sense to do that. And that's what this workshop provides, I think.
We're talking about kids now today, and like we're living in a rock and roll era, if you like. We're living in a very sort of electric age. And times have changed, you know. The one thing I did think that was limiting at school was that sort of blinkered attitude of, well, look, school music lessons are, you know, beat along 2 fingers on the palm of your hand, ta-ta, tap-a-ta, while we sing through this song. And maybe we'll do a quick, you know, what is it called when you sing in a, you sing a rounds, yeah, you know, you sing rounds, like, and the gay Robin came running, and la-la-la-la, the gay Robin came running, and la-la-la, the gay Robin came running, and la-la-la-la, and all that sort of thing.
He's good at that.
Well, that's what it was, you know. That isn't music, you know. I wasn't learning anything there. Now, I'll tell you, right, it's like, I'll explain some stuff about slapping bass. And it's like how I go about doing it. It's like, I play off the knuckle. It's like I got a callus built up over a period of time. And it's like fretted instruments like do slap better than like a fretless bass will ever do, because you do actually start working off of the frets, and when you're hammering on, it just worries me how many kids that could have been great players, good musicians, and had careers as great players, had it sort of crushed out of them by maybe some negative responses from their teachers and tutors. There's one very good story about a drummer, an American drummer called Billy Cobham, who is really one of the great drummers of all time now. And he went to a tutor in New York, and Billy Cobham has a very unique way of playing. He plays open-handed, and he plays that with his left hand on the hi-hat and his right hand on the snare drum. Although it's like the uniform setup, he's not left-handed, he just plays this way. And he went into this drum tutor, saying, look, let me play like this. And the drum tutor said, no way, you must hold the stick across your hands like this, and you play with your right hand on the hi-hat. That's what drumming's all about. You drum like this. And Cobham said, no, this is how I'm playing. And the tutor said, no, forget it. And Cobham went his own way and went on to become one of the greats of all time. And he actually met this drum tutor years later. And Cobham said, well, I didn't do so bad, did I? And this bloody tutor said, yes, but think how good you would have been if you'd listened to me in the first place and played like this.